CCDE Simulator with Mohamed Radwan. Welcome back, my friends, nerds, geeks, and Ziglets out there. Today I have a slightly different episode of the Zigbits Network Design Podcast, where zigabytes are faster than gigabytes. As always, my goal is to provide you with real-world context around technology. I'm your host, Zigziga. Thank you all for listening, watching, and being part of this journey together. I really do appreciate it. All right, so today we are going to highlight something. We are going to discuss and review Mohamed's CCDE Simulator. Now, I got to set the stage a little bit here. So years ago, I thought of creating my own CCDE simulator, but honestly, I never got around to do it. I have websites that I've purchased. I've had some CCDE scenarios created for this goal of mine, or this thought of mine, and I just never got around to do it. So, but with that said, today we get to have a first-hand view in video format, my friends, in video format of this CCDE simulator that Mohamed has built. And I'm really excited about this CCDE simulator. So this, just to set the stage fully here, this was a pre-recorded meeting between Mohamed and I that took place a couple weeks ago. But I wanted to get this out to you guys so you guys can all enjoy it. So this is our first Zigbits video content, but there's going to be more to come. So with all of that said, here is our discussion. I hope you all enjoy.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the agenda, right? We're going to talk about kind of the simulator you have. We'll talk about the CCDE a little bit. We really don't have an outline. We're just kind of talking and meeting for the first time today.
Sure. Yeah. Let's get a start. So if you want, I can take you through my website, and we can start the process from
there.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So if I can share my screen, let me do it. So this is the website, agileis.com.eu.
Awesome.
Yeah. You log in there, and as you can see, here's a big slider about the CCDE.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, the website includes some other services, but let's concentrate on the simulator. Oh, this is the book. Let's get back. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It's the book.
Yeah, simulator here. So click. This is a small video about the simulator. I captured it near home. Yes. Then why we thought about the simulator? It's like a final push, and how it will be beneficial for you to get the exam experience in environment, in level of pressure, and so on, challenging. And here how it works. It includes all the kind of questions except the drawing questions. Maybe we will put it in version 2. And currently it has 4 scenarios. Each scenario is a complete scenario. One of them is more enterprise, like a financial institute merging with another bank in Asia. Maybe this is one we'll try to practice together now. Second one is an Australian service provider here in Australia, land down under.
Yeah,
it's good. Third one is an online training firm in Egypt and Middle East, and this scenario is more into data center switching, multicast, and so on. And the last scenario is a mobile operator in Africa. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like you're covering down all the kind of the tracks a little bit with being enterprise versus being service provider technologies potentially. Then you also got some different verticals too. You got financial verticals, service provider verticals, online kind of SaaS potentially. Yeah, so I know those are good from a certain scenario perspective.
Yeah, go ahead.
So now, so you obviously offer the simulator. It's there, simulation of this. Now, do you offer like a full package where you have the boot camp, or it looks like you do training too? So I imagine you do like a boot camp, and then you can have all in one price the simulator as well. So my role, right? What I like to do with people that are going after the CCDE is I like to coach. I like to be a coach, a mentor, a leader, and really guide them through this process. So I run a lot of CCDE study groups, and I just try to guide people, right? Because it's a journey, and they're going to learn a lot. Well, one of the things I say is you have to treat, when you're going through the scenarios, you have to treat it like the real deal. You have to practice like the real exam, and there's nothing today, minus maybe your simulator, that does that. Like, I mean, you can get PDF views of all the scenarios, and you can do 4 back-to-back practice scenarios. Like, we've done that before. Like, we'll pick like 4 different scenarios. We have the whole study group say, okay, today you're going to do 2 hours each, or you're going to do 8 hours. You're going to do all 4 scenarios and knock them out live, and then report back with what you did. But the problem with that is it's not the real deal, because you're in PDF. You're not in an actual engine. You get to go through and you read linearly through the PDF the different documents that come in, right? So like when you create a scenario, you have all these documents that come in. Well, in the real testing engine, you get a documents kind of menu, and you can select each document whenever you want. But in a PDF version without an actual simulator, it's the document comes in a linear fashion as you're scrolling through the PDF, and then you have to remember where that document is. You have to go back to the PDF. So there's just some strategy items from a taking the exam perspective that you can't get without like something like this. So I'm really excited to see what you have here. Hopefully it really compares to the real deal as closely as possible,
It should be, it's not exactly 100%, but this is close, maybe 90%.
It's going to be the closest, I'm sure, that we're going to see, right? Like, in my opinion, right? It's probably going to be the closest that we're going to see, so.
Sure. And hopefully you'll like it, I'm sure. So let's say that you like the page, you get excited, you know that this will be beneficial. So you start your simulation.
Now, obviously, is this free, or you're going to have a cost to it? So for you, you're probably logged in. You hit start the simulation.
Yeah. So here you find the 4 simulation. Each one of them costs usually $75, and now it's on sale, only $50.
Nice.
So let's say, you'll see I will go for this simulation 2 because it's service provider. So you click here, or this you'll get more information about the simulator, how does it look like, what does it cover. This is Australian service provider. So you decided, yes, okay, I will add it to cart. And then you pay normal payment process using credit card or PayPal. Okay. So yeah, because I have it already, I don't want to buy it again.
Yeah. Right. So you already have it in your account, right? But if I were to buy it, I would go through this process. I'd pay for it, and then would add it into my account within your site.
Sure.
I got you.
Let me show you how it will look like. Let me open it again. So let's say we'll go to account page. So this is my account. Let's say it's a simulator, a test account. Solomon. And the good thing, it will include, you'll find your information, your email, and we'll come back to this. This is all the courses you are currently enrolled in or you did before. So let's say we want to try scenario number 1, the financial bank. So we click here. This is like the first page you see in the exam. This simulation is familiarize you with the exam environment, all the type of question, mimic both real life and and CCDE practical questions. We give you a feedback about this scenario. It includes 2 companies, MBC, which is multinational financial house in Europe, with Upper Bank, which is in Asia. So here the notes, the quiz is 2 hours. If you try to be smart and refresh your browser, the time will not reset. So it only 6 hours.
Gotcha.
The quiz material is available all through the exam as a PDF. We didn't want to do it as a what we call it as a flash, because flash is not really secure. So that's why we decided to do it like this. And the background information will remain with you, the question, and the only question, which is not exactly at the exam, is the drawing. So once you read this and you're ready to go, and you can leave your comment any time during the exam or after you finish, you click on starting the quiz. Okay, so the quiz is loading. So the good thing that here is the document. It's a bit different, but it's the same environment. Here the time starts counting. So your time limit is 2 hours and counting. And each question is, you will see also the quiz progress. Okay, so now in the first question we are 2.5%. Usually, as you know, usually we tell people try to spend quality time reading the background information.
Yep.
So here you have around 13 pages, multiple documents. So you'll give yourself around 15 to maximum 30 minutes to read this background information. This is the morning email that, you got appointed to be the main consultant for this merge. You will go down and see second document. So instead of presenting the document in different, we have to put it in one PDF file with empty pages in the middle. So here, this is RFP. What does it include? Information about the 2 banks.
How do you handle new documents throughout the scenario? Like, do you just all the documents available from the get-go?
Yeah. So the new document for now will appear on the question itself. It will not be added to the background information.
Gotcha. Okay.
We are working on that. Yeah, on the second version, plus the drawing question. So here we are talking about the services provided by the bank. Then you will find the drawing. It includes DWDM. They have EIGRP. So you can start highlight this important information. What are the branches? How they are connected? What are the application and the bandwidth, currently bandwidth allocation? Then you will go to the second bank, which is Upper Bank. It's in Asia, and they have some problems since the financial crisis in 2008. That's why they decided to merge with MBC, and so on. I don't want to jump. They have OSPF, not EIGRP. So then you start reading about the routing, and you are ready to go. So let's say you finish all the background information, it will remain with you during all the scenario.
Gotcha.
We'll go for question A. So as you can see, I will not go through to the question one by one, but I can show you that we have multiple questions, multiple choices. So you can choose 3. What are the most important information you need to get from the customer? And as a hint, this is for people preparing for the exam. You need to consider who you are talking with and what stage you are in the project. So let's say we'll choose this option, and we'll click it. We get another question. As you can see, the time is always there, always counting, ticking.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
Yeah, this question is like a radio button, so it's only one right answer. So why you believe SLA is an important. And the good thing also about this exam, I included some wrong branches. So if you answer incorrect answer, you go to a wrong branch, where actually this will affect your score. So you get minus, or something like that.
That's good. That's good, because that's how the real one does, So I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm going to add a couple things, right? So at the beginning you mentioned, and since we're recording this, I want to make sure if anyone actually listens to this and watches it, that you got to be mindful how much time you're spending on your reviewing the documents at the beginning of the scenario. And for your engine here, you're limiting it to 2 hours for this specific scenario and all your scenarios. So that's a good ballpark. I will say that, you have 4 hours to do 2 scenarios in the real exam. So, you can fluctuate that a little bit. So like if it takes you 2.5 hours to complete one and an hour and a half to complete the other, you can do that, right? But for this case, I would just make it very clear that you have to be mindful of how long you're spending reading the documents at the beginning of the scenario. Like, you can't spend 40 minutes to read documents. Like, and people have done that. People have spent 40, 50 minutes, and they're like, I don't have enough time to answer the questions. You're going to get between, I think it's 20 to 40 questions in the real scenario. So you need enough time to read every question and the answers, and then find the key information. So I try to tell people, limit your initial reading and connecting to the scenario. Limit it to 20 minutes at most if you can. Now, if you're a slow reader, you could probably go to 30 minutes. but you got to be mindful that leaves you 90 minutes to answer on the high end 40 questions, and if you do that math, it's like a minute and a half a question.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like it's really not a lot of time.
yeah, yeah. This is exactly what I advise also my colleagues and students. And because actually I did it myself, I admit it. The first time
I did too. So that's why I say, yeah, I mean, I took the exam 4 times, so that being fully transparent, right? And I had time management issues every time, but the last time.
True.
So I would over-connect to the scenario, and I would overread every scenario. So I'd spend that 40 minutes reading a scenario and be wasting time, realistically, for the rest of the scenario. So, but that's my soapbox. I'll get off my soapbox, and we can continue. Those are some of the key things, right? That the state, because my thought is if we use this video to help people, which I think we will, some of that information is important, right? So this is going to be very close to the real thing. There's going to be some differences. Like it's not, they have a testing engine that's more probably Java based, I'd imagine. Like that's I don't know if it is.
I'll tell you something funny. Actually, when the developers completed this one, I told them actually this looked more elegant and more beautiful than the real exam. It's not just here because it's more like Java and they have nice
Yeah, I would say that this looks a lot better, a lot more cleaner and neater than the real deal. The only thing is it's not feature compared, like not the right word. The features and the workflows aren't identical, which is you're not going to get them identical, right? Yeah. But this looks a lot better than the real exam. It feels a lot better than the real exam. It's just that some of the workflows of how the real exam works, you're just not going to be able to mimic it, right? You just can't, especially in a web application like this. You're not even running like another application. You're running it through the web, right? So it's all browser.
And I was telling people if this is a closed environment, we would be able to put a flash and allow pop-up for the documents and so on. But because it will be online, available everywhere, for security reason, we couldn't do it using flash or because some people, most of the browser now for security, they don't flash and also pop-up blocker and so on. Yeah, I agree.
No, you're right. I mean, it's either you do it the way you're doing it right now, which I think works perfectly, or you have to build another application that gets installed versus a web version of this.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's almost like there's other vendors out there that give like certification exams, practice exams, and then you could install their app, but you'd be installing your own app. So like this, everything's going more of a SaaS model, right? Software as a service, and that's really what this is. It's more of a software as a service model.
So this is cloud.
Yeah, this is totally cloud, right? Out in the cloud. Go access your simulation. Go run through the scenario.
Pay as you go. Yeah.
Pay as you go. Yep. Yeah. Do one scenario at a time. So.
And even I was thinking that maybe I will put the 4 scenarios and make it like a real exam. You have 8 hours, and then the 4 scenarios
will come to you. That for sure.
Yeah.
So that'd be one of my feedback is say you should have again we can edit this, right, but you should have an offering on your site that has all 4 scenarios for a discounted price, but that lets you run them consecutively in one
go maybe.
Yeah, but it would be 9 hours, right? Because you gotta simulate it exactly right. So you do 4 hours for the first 2, have an hour break, and they can choose to skip out of that hour break if they want. And then have 4 hours for the second 2. And I think that'd be highly beneficial because this is great, right? Again, I don't want to reduce what I'm saying about what you're showing here because this is sincerely awesome. This is amazing, and this is going to be used all the time. And the price is relatively low, right? For how much things are these days, the price is relatively low. All right, so I have 30 minutes left, just so you know. We're at 10:30 or 10, and I have until 10:30 Eastern. So is it late your time?
Yeah, it's okay for me. And let me jump quickly. I will just want to show you different kind of questions. So here still, so I know that sometimes that the exam doesn't include the show configuration, but this is something just to test how they will find the problem. Let me show you the other type of question quickly. I want to show you the drag and drop, the tables, and so on. So
here
in the start, we have a lot of questions, multiple choice, but soon will. Yeah. So this is the first question. It's a drawing question, and as I told you, the drawing is not the tool in the exam is not complete yet. So here what we have to do is we do it like a multiple choice. So this is the single OSPF area, and we are asking you to now just adding redundancy. So we believe the resiliency level here in the rank is not correct. So what are the links you suggest to add? So this is one option, another option, third option, and fourth option. So let's say you decided this is the right answer. Instead of drawing, now drawing is just like a multiple choice, but this would be feature in the roadmap. This is the drawing. I want to show you also. Let me.
Yeah, so the drawing, I think that's the right way of doing it for now, right? Just so we're clear, because even when I create scenarios, you can't do a drawing like that. You have to do it the way you're doing it.
Yes.
But if you're able to do it in you have like a web app or not an app, it's like a widget or something. That's the next phase. But the way you have it right now is great, right? Because you can still do the drawing questions. You just do them multiple choice versus they have to actually draw. I wouldn't even put a disclaimer about that on your site. Like I would just say like you do have all the questions.
Yeah.
You just that's my opinion. Are you answering all the right questions as you're going through? Like,
no. I'm just answering randomly. Yeah.
You're gonna go for your CCD right now. You're just answering them all real quick in a very quick timeline. Done in 20 minutes,
I will get a very bad score now.
So questions, right? We're going through this. I know you're going to show me things. So let's say I go through this and I'm done. I finish it.
I will show what will happen. This is a surprise.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. But let's see the ordering. The ordering is very nice, very similar to the exam. So let's say you want to.
Perfect. I like this.
You want to enable multicast. You start putting here. What shall I do first? Shall I tune IGP? Maybe I'll put it at the end. Shall I enable PIM in the axis or edge first? When to put the limit? When to put the RP? So you start playing with this, and once you believe this is good. Okay, so you say, this is good. Let me click next. So actually the drag and drop is one of the.
That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Here also another kind of drag and drop.
Cool.
Let's say I will answer some wrong question. Layer 3 VPN, Layer 2 VPN, but you can choose a better choice like DMVPN and so on. And you proceed a table. So here like
a chart. Yes.
So how you compare IPsec to DMVPN to GetVPN, and to make it easy for you, we put you the option. So instead of typing, you can just copy.
Okay. You copy and paste it live. Doing it right there.
Maybe this is complex and so on. Again, I will jump a bit quicker now. So
I like this diagram. This is awesome. So this is one of those situations where you would draw it out, but you don't have the ability to.
I think, it actually took me a lot of time to prepare all this drawing and these scenarios.
So when did you pass yours?
I passed in 2014.
All right, so I did mine in 2016. So we both got our results instantly.
As you can see, I include also some new emerging technologies like cloud and ZNDP. Even it's not there in the exam, but I encourage people to read about these awesome new technologies. So how to?
You got to use things that's now, right? And I think the exam will catch up to that stuff. The one other thing I would say is I don't know if I would include the cache question number. And the real deal, you hit finish and you wait and you pray.
Yeah, this is what all we do. But here is just a couple of seconds. Let's say we are going out of the room. Wow, I feel
7 out of 40 questions answered correctly. Good job.
So the good thing is tell you how many questions you answered correctly. But here we can remove it. But the good thing I insist to put this the way the breakdown of the question similar to the exam. So in analysis, I got only 5%, so I need to work on my analysis. Design 21%, implementation 0, and so on. Because we were just skipping the question. We're not actually answering.
We're just going right through.
Yeah, and the good thing, after that, you can view the questions and see what is the right answer and how you answer compared to the correct answer for all the questions.
Okay, that's awesome. That's great.
You will find all your trial here, so you can go and expand Simulator 1, and you go to.
Okay, that's cool.
You go to statistics.
Wow.
And you see, this is. So thank you for your time, Zig.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for the time. This is awesome.
Hey, friends, nerds, geeks, and ziglets. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video episode of the Zigbits Network Design Podcast. Today, we highlighted Mohamed's CCDE Simulator. I would love to hear some feedback from you all, as I really think that this is the first CCDE simulator in the market, and I think it's going to be beneficial for everyone as they kind of near their end of their studies for that certification. So please do let us know how you view it. That feedback is critical. It truly was a great discussion and conversation around the CCDE and Mohamed's CCDE simulator. It wasn't just the simulator that we talked about. We actually talked about some pros and cons and tips and tricks for the CCDE practical. I'm excited to say this video episode, if you will, Mohamed and I are going to cross-launch this episode on both of our platforms. So make sure to take a look at Mohamed's content at www.agileis.com.au and my content at zigbits.tech. If you liked today's video episode, if it inspired you, resonated something within you, or provided a level of real-world context, let us know. You can email Mohamed at m.radwan@agileis.com.au, and you can email me at feedback@zigbits.tech. As always, we appreciate and thank you for listening and consuming our content. We wouldn't be here if you guys didn't actually consume our content. This is a journey we're taking together as a community, as a family. So I really appreciate it, and I know Mohamed really appreciates it. So thank you so much. Keep your eyes out for more Zigbits video content in the near future, my friends. As this was the first one, we're going to see how it goes, and we're going to go from there. Remember, though, my goal is to always provide you with real-world context around technology. Bye for now.